So let's start with this. Your mind. Okay, and if you look at your mind like a circle, like this is your subconscious, and this is your conscience. That's how much awareness most of us have about our whole life, okay? And I'm not here to be Dr. Phil. This is pretty scientifically proven. I am talking about money, so let me go to number 2. As I said yesterday, in Business in America, there's 2 documents that we use to track financial performance, both at a business level and at a personal level. One of them is called a P&L, profit and loss statement. The other one's called a balance sheet, okay? Now, if you have a system that works for you, and it's working for you, stay with it. If you do not have a system to have consciousness about your money in, money out on a monthly basis, here's a piece of software I recommend that you get today. It's called Quicken. It's not QuickBooks, it's Quicken. It's made by a company called Intuit, I-N-T-U-I-T, okay? They are now at a monthly licensing model, which I totally hate. I use a version of Quicken I bought in 2000. It's 13 years old. It cost me $30. And you can find them on the eBay for $20 to $30, and it works perfectly, hasn't blown up. The beautiful thing about Quicken is you just enter your income and expenses, and you set it up and you press a button, and you have a complete report there of exactly where your money is. Okay? I recommend every single person in business do this. And I would say, in my experience, 85 to 90% don't. Okay, so if you don't have a system that works for you, strong recommend. I've turned so many people onto this over the last 20 years or whatever, 25 years I've been using it. This is awesome, okay? It's a little clunky on the front end to set up. Once you get it set up to your bank, you can have your statements downloaded and imported directly in every month, okay? Press the button, you know where you are. Okay, there's a big difference between bookkeeping and tax prep. I've done both. I'm talking about bookkeeping, okay? Okay, balance sheet. Here's a simple little equation that I learned in college accounting. Assets equals liabilities plus equity. Okay, so here's what I mean. I own a house, it's worth $1 million. I have a $300,000 loan on it, I have $700,000 in equity. See how that works? That's all it is, okay? So the total value of the asset and then a partition of the equity and the liability, okay? And as we all know in real estate, most people overinflate the value of this. That's just gonna happen. But you know, like I have a big stock portfolio too. You know, just press a button, that's what you got today, right? So having consciousness about these 2 things, I believe, is really important, okay? And I say that because until you establish this, you cannot answer the question that I talked about yesterday. How much is enough? How much is enough? You won't know that until you know where you are. Okay? I don't want to get all deep in the weeds about this. We talked about this yesterday. How much is enough? I'm not saying how much you want, I'm saying how much is enough. Very important, okay? Number 4. And is it Josh? I thought about you all morning when I was working on this.
I have that effect on people.
You do. Retirement. Let's talk about this. Not for a lot, but for a little, okay? So first of all, I think we can all agree that retirement today has a completely different definition than it did 20 or 30 years ago, right? And there's a lot of stuff about retirement I'm not going to talk about today. But let me just kind of give you some touchstones on the money. So 2 common thoughts about retirement are these. When you retire, you should have 10 times your annual earnings saved. The second thought is you should generate 70% of your current income. All right? Now you can pick either one. It's up to you, okay? Here's the strategy that I have used, and it's worked. And I told you, about 10 years ago, I stood in the parking lot and went, what the hell happened? I was almost done, you know? And I figured out what enough is, and now I own enough things that pay me that check this box. so I get to do what I want to do every day, you know. And I will 100% guarantee you, without a single doubt, one or more of you have way more money than I do. I'm sure of it. And that's awesome. But that's not, as I said, in my definition, that's not the point of the game, because the people I know that have done that, their lives are train wrecks, most of them I've met. So I figured out this, the rest of it's gravy, all that, okay? And I'm going to say one last thing here. I'm going to be brief about this. But I think it's important just to bring up. Okay? The word is giving, all right? Now, we're in Utah. We understand all the Utah stuff. And some people are Catholic, and there's all that too. I personally believe that everybody in the room should have a charity that they believe in, they should give some money to every year. Okay? I don't care if it's $5. And it's not because I'm trying to be the troubadour of, you know, socialism. It's because you feel good about yourself when you do something for somebody else, and that's why. Okay? So my deal, my thing is I give to food banks. That's my thing, because I figure if you don't have enough to eat, nothing else matters. Okay? So I write a big check every year, and that's good. Okay? Do I have to? No. Do I want to? Yes. You know, just think about this for you. If you do it, great. If you don't, fine. Just think about it. That's all.